Alright, so I'm getting ready to spray the clear coats. And before I do, I should explain what I'm using and why. I'm going to be using, this is Verethane's no odor, water-based, fast-drying, heavy-use formula polyurethane. And the reason why I like this product is because it's readily available. I've tried a number of other products like Hydrocoat, I've tried Target Coatings, Crystal Lac. They're all good products, but they're not readily available. If I need a gallon of it, I gotta order it and wait a week. And you know, obviously if I plan things out, that's not that big a deal. But I wanted to try a product that was close at hand. So I've been trying over the last couple of months a wide range of different water-based products. And I came to find that this Verathane, for the price, works fantastic. It dries hard, it dries crystal clear, and I'm just really happy with it. It sands out easy and it buffs up great. Now, how does this compare with like a Target Coatings or a Hydrocoat or Crystal Lac? You know, 10 years ago, I would have said use Target Coatings and nothing else. And I still like their products. They're excellent products, and if you can, you know, wait a couple of days or you know, however long it takes to have it shipped, I highly recommend it. Their EM6000 is top of the line. Right closely behind that, I would say, is Hydrocoat's Resisthane Plus, another really good product, and Crystal Lac is also right up there. But you know, times have changed, and the chemistry behind these products has improved dramatically. And you know, even a consumer-grade water-based polyurethane is going to give you a clear coat that's every bit as hard and durable as you could ever expect to find on a guitar. The only tougher finish, and really nothing can approach it, is polyester acrylic. But I don't know that many small shop luthiers or hobby builders who can spray polyester acrylic. That stuff is extremely toxic, but when it dries, you can literally hit it with a hammer and a chisel and you can't scratch it. But that being said, I'm really delighted with how well this product works, and I would say that in comparison to nitrous cellulose, I'll go this route any day. You know, and I know some people say, oh yeah, but nitrous cellulose gives you a nice amber glow. Well, you know, being that this is an entirely water-based process, all you have to do is put down a little bit of an amber yellow, either a shellac or you can do an amber yellow dye. You can even add an amber yellow tint to the finish and get the same basic effect. It takes a little bit of experimentation, but it does work. One thing I did want to address before I start to spray is I always hear all the time people complain about how this stuff dries with a bluish haze, or they feel it's not durable enough. And yeah, you know, 5 years ago, this stuff, when you'd spray it down, if you put it on too heavy, there's a bluish cast, and that bluish cast would not go away. And it's especially noticeable over dark colors. It seems like times have changed. I've noticed as I've been spraying the current generation of these products, you may get a little bit of a milky bluish haze when it's wet, but as soon as it's dry, it's crystal clear. And I find that as long as you don't spray it too thick with each application, it'll dry pretty hard. And it's impressive how hard and how clear it dries. So if you've been feeling that that's one of the drawbacks to using this, I suggest you give it another shot with a contemporary product. And when you go to spray, you need to make sure you're spraying light coverage and you're not really, you know, just drenching the stuff on. It's not like spraying with nitro where you can really pool nitro and let it flow. With these water-based products, you just got to spray a light coating and walk away. And the problem is, and I think this is where a lot of people get in trouble, when you spray it and you look at it, you'll see it looks like it's got a terrible orange peel on it. So you think, I got to put you know, a heavier coat more coverage on it to get that to level and flow out. Well, yeah, there is kind of an orange peel look to it as soon as it's sprayed on, but then when you hang it up and let it dry, about 30 minutes later, you'll notice that not only has that milky bluish haze disappeared, but it's leveled out. Now, it may not be perfectly level. There's still some texture to it, but as you continue to spray, it kind of levels itself out over time. And I recommend spraying, I would say a minimum of 10 coats, and try not to go much past 15. Then, when you start getting a real thick coverage, it tends to have difficulties as far as curing out, and it's going to be a little bit soft. But if you keep your coats around 10, if you give yourself about an hour or so between coats, it's going to dry pretty hard and it's going to look pretty good. So without further ado, let's start spraying. Okay, so this is the Highline Guitars Ghetto Spray Booth. When I stopped spraying nitro, I got rid of the big spray booth. It's really not necessary when you're using a water-based product. I also switched over to using HVLP, which puts most of the stuff I spray onto what I'm spraying. There isn't a lot of overspray, so in fact there's almost none. I can spray all day long and I see none of it in the air. So, but what I do is I adjust the gun so that it's putting out just enough fluid to dampen the body, basically. I'm not trying to pool the stuff on. If you try to spray this the way you would nitro, you're going to end up with that milky bluish haze. You just want to spray. I almost want to say mist it onto the body, although that's not the way to really think about it. You just want to put enough on there that you've got coverage, but it's not really thick. And it may take a little bit of experimentation for that. But I'm using an Elecrtic 5500 HVLP sprayer, which is easily the best $300 HVLP unit out there. It's fairly basic. The nice thing is it's all metal. It's not, with the exception of the hose, but the gun and the can and everything is all metal. So, and the only adjustment you have is fluid flow. You can't adjust the airflow, but you really don't need to with this type of setup. And it works really well. I'm very happy with how it performs. I could step it up and get maybe an Apollo or a Fuji, and maybe I'll do that down the road. But for now, I see no reason to. So I'll go ahead and get started spraying. Okay, even though this is a water-based product, I still wear a dust mask because water-based polyurethane is still a mixture of polyurethane resin dissolved in an ethyl glycol mix and then suspended in water. So there are chemicals present. When you're spraying, there's still going to be some of that in the air, and you don't want that in your lungs. So I wear a mask. As far as holding up the body and everything while I spray, I just take an old piece of poplar and screw it into a couple of the neck hole screws, and that works fine. I make sure it's long enough that I can support it, adequately while I'm spraying and move it around. I don't really worry about masking off the different pockets and cavities. I do mask off the neck pocket because if that builds up a thickness of polyurethane, it's going to be hard to fit the neck in there. So I keep that masked off. But other than that, I just spray the whole thing and I don't worry too much about it. So, all right.